Sign of respect here as we get loaded up on Corrupted Keep. VENGEUR gets this heavy, one of my favorite maps. No rail, keep in mind. Bear in mind, even. As that Anarchy's just jumping around all nimbly bimbly, and VENGEUR looking to catch him out over at LG here with the tri-ball. A little bit of damage. No follow-up, though, but this is a terrible position right now. RAISY's going to LG his way out of there here and actually can turn this whole thing around, and he does. What a shaft on that boy.
Yeah, I mean, VENGEUR just really wanted to get in on that LG at all expenses. But it's going to be all expenses paid as RAISY gives him a ride, not once, but twice on his LG. Surviving that with 25 HP. Mega's going to be back up. That's going to be a quick pickup for him, and he's going to be right back in the saddle looking to hunt down VENGEUR. And it's going to be, ooh, some decent rockets coming out here. RAISY's going to be eating another one right between the legs. Skate and or die.
Yeah,
that was mid-air into like a blind rocket. That was absolutely vile. What's he doing, man? This isn't legal.
What? What was that?
The power of Christ compelled him.
Just expecting him through the LG teleporter now. It's going to be a lot of damage. VENGEUR actually throwing a lot back here, but you just really have a tough time jumping off of that statue now. VENGEUR making sure that he's just not walking right back into yet another totem. Getting a little bit of HP back from his own as we are, you know, 4 frags down on the first round. And it's my favorite, Galena on Galena.
Exactly what the internet wants to see, and that's what VENGEUR wants to see with that 100 damage rocket. The follow-up was not as lucrative. Down to 50 HP, needs to be very careful here. Trying to put some damage out on this Mega, but not enough. He needs to run. No! And there is the LG from RAISY.
Almost getting that full comeback going into it, though. I mean, it was a brave effort considering how owned he got at the start of the round and almost getting that reverse sweep in round 1. It did seem like he was hanging around way too long. There's like no sense of urgency for it to go around. He's like, right, let me just walk around this bit. And then I'll walk around it. Oh, I'm dead. And it's gone.
Wow, the rocket from VENGEUR, man. He hates skateboarding. I didn't realize. I never knew. And another air rocket. Now he's stuck in Boneyard. Takes out the shotgun. He's trying to finish the job, and there it is as RAISY tries to go up the jump pad. Or tramampoline. Whatever you like. All right? It's Christmas.
It's not a jump pad.
I have not seen a punishment like that in a while, but RAISY turns it right back around against him with that dire orb, really putting the die right back in it as it's going to be Ranger v Ranger, but VENGEUR actually off the spawn, taking away heavy. We've got RAISY on the Mega, but it's going to be a couple shots of buckshot to whittle that down. There's the dire orb to get back out of there and get a rocket launcher. RAISY having some trouble with the doors.
Yeah, it's going to chill up at the lightning gun for a little. It's almost the rockets that he's got to watch out for the most. I don't know how VENGEUR's been doing it, but those rockets have just been predicting the movement perfectly. RAISY tries to move out. He's like, I need to do something, otherwise I'm literally going to be hanging around here all day. Gets LG down. VENGEUR, I think that was stolen away from him. RAISY's strafing so fast. We're back down to a champion apiece.
Yeah, that shotgun work was absolutely brutal. That rocket, oh my goodness here. As RAISY goes flying, VENGEUR trying to stay alive here. As those rockets absolutely brutal from RAISY. He's going to grab the 50 shard and try and make it way over to the heavy. And the rockets somehow from VENGEUR don't hit. He does pop him through the TP. A little bit more tickle on the way out, and he will win himself the heavy as VENGEUR barely staying alive.
I like this mega skill from VENGEUR. It's going to be RAISY staying up top, eating a little bit of damage here, but looking for the angle to work in his LG, and he is getting every little bit of that squeezed out that he can. He's going to be pretty low himself. He's got the Boneyard health to recover to, but he also knows that VENGEUR is going to be looking for the red room. It's going to get a little bit redder, looking for the finisher with the machine gun. There it is to take the round back.
Man, why drop for the light armor? It's like, you know he's there. You can see the sight, the laser sight just scoped in onto it, and you're still jumping down for it. That's sometimes some of the pitfalls that VENGEUR has is just over aggressive with his positioning, and even despite his incredible aim, he puts himself into troublesome positions. However, we have Anarchy on the get-go again for RAISY. He's not been bad at all with this champion. See if we can get a 3-0 on what I assume is his map pick.
Just go around the map again, RAISY. It's all good. Yeah.
The problem is VENGEUR really likes the shiny thing, so he sees an item and he wants it because he's like, ooh, shiny, and then he gets punished.
Well, it's going to be RAISY almost getting bounced off the map there. I was a little bit scared for a second, but there's the pickup for the heavy. Walking right on by through a choke point to Rockalaundry. He could get caught here where all of his speed is worth nothing. And that LG is going to be taking all of his stack away. He's going to be looking for a recovery right back out here towards Rocket, but eating a little bit more damage. Venger certainly got his beat on him, but RAISY's going to be moving very, very quickly back to the red room, but not pausing there, not wanting to get caught. Right back up to 100 health, but it's getting bounced off again, and there's the shotgun. A great switch up from Venger.
I really like that switch up. LG over to starting shotgun, I think it was. That looked really, really clean from him. Gonna find RAISY moving over that little ledge near Boneyard, but he can't punish at all. Starting shotgun to eliminate the totem. But RAISY's been pretty devious off the spawn. Now, you think he's weak for a second, but he's just got so much energy in his combat. And there you find suddenly Venger down to 15 health. And you're wondering, what on earth am I meant to do? Just hope that he doesn't attack Mega Health. There's possibly my only guess. He's not even going there.
Wow, the rockets from Venger are so good. I mean, I thought RAISY was dead to rights over in the Boneyard. Somehow escapes and turns it around. Venger does look a little bit better now that he has a Mega on him. It suits him. But still looking for this damage. He is down over by the rockets here. Throws down the turret as well, trying to attack this heavy. Not going to be up for about 6 seconds here. RAISY just waiting patiently below, silently. Could get some damage off here as he makes his way over. And Venger drops right on top of him.
Who even got that? But Venger's going to be at 45 health. Oh, what a rocket, but it's going to be quickly recovered by RAISY's pickup of the Mega. Venger's going to be looking for a clean way back in, but yeah, without any armor, getting into a fight right now is not the order. He's throwing it down a little bit of spam just to stay alive, looking for any of the smalls, but really, RAISY's just blocking him off from everything here.
Well, at least a good thing for Venger is that he's a champion up. He needs to somehow hold on to it. RAISY's not been able to punish just yet. Oh, Venger drops into the lava, but the rocket to lightning gun. That worked out remarkably well for him, and he does get the direct rocket. The LG, it reaches right at the very end. And maybe Venger can close this one out, but his control is still very, very fragile. He hasn't really got any. A good dire orb, I could see the end of him. I mean, even with the light armor, there's some combos that RAISY can get to work with. He's got plenty of time to do it.
Yeah, still looking a bit for Gile. There's the dire orb. The rocket will not net him a lot of damage. Venger with the LG, he's not going to be able to take this fight, and RAISY takes him down and grabs the Mega.
Yeah, fantastic stuff out of Venger there. I mean, must be Italian for sure, but it's going to be RAISY. Looking for a way right back through the teleporter, just narrowly getting a little bit of damage there before the dire orb is used, but still looking to tighten the noose. He's feeling good about his inertia and momentum right now. He's going to be taking a quick pit stop for the heavy, but right back out in the mid-map, looking for a fight, and he might just get it, but look at this pretty clean movement out of Venger. It's going to be a Ranger on Ranger, nothing but danger, as RAISY brings him down to his Galena.
Yeah, this has all of a sudden got really, really dangerous for him. That missed time over at the Mega Health when he could have backed up for some other resources. Yeah, he could be paying the price on this. RAISY, though, isn't very strong. Does get hit by a couple of nails, which is meaningful at this stage. Heavy armor will give him a bit more energy, but at best is really tied up with Venger on control. Venger needs to make sure his timing's on point if he wants to punish at any more items. But RAISY's he's just going everywhere. He's bouncing all over the place. And I think maybe his superior timing is probably... That's why we're getting to the tide point at this stage. That's why he's in a favorable position too. And Venger's got... you got work to do, man.
Venger trying to go in aggressive, keeping control of these items. Venger still doesn't have an LG. He's going to get pushed in and finally grabs one here. 10 seconds left. Is this the fight they're going to take? And RAISY takes him down before it even gets sent to sudden death, and that's a quick 3-0.
Ouchie.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
that hurt.
was just right between the eyes there the whole time. Like, you cannot just peek this corner now and think, oh, I'm going to take a little bit of LG damage. No, you're going to take it all. And let it never be doubted that RAISY's long enough to get the job done. I mean, we saw some better accuracy out of Venger's LG there, but the sheer damage from RAISY, well, that's going to be 3-0 on map 1. I mean, Corrupted Keep is a bit of a divisive map, but it's one that obviously a lot of European players kind of prefer, just, you know, the aggression, the LG ability, but right now RAISY's looking like he's on top.
Yeah, I mean, it's been known as RAISY's keep, and I think RAISY's trying to keep the temporary name, like, to last a little longer. And a lot of people have said, oh, it's only RAISY's keep because of the clutch plays that he's used. You know, you can see there, it doesn't seem to matter. VENGEUR's been an absolute star on that map, and he got wiped out. However, the next map that we're going to be setting up with very, very shortly is going to be Awoken. This, we have seen some of the best Quake ever from VENGEUR on Awoken. I'm going to be really, really surprised if we do not go to a tiebreaker. We should have an absolute map on our hands.
VENGEUR is a monster on Awoken. He knows all the angles of the dangles with the rail, through the crevices near the TP, through the glory hole. It's absolutely insane how he can hit all of those shots, and I think the rail is really going to play a huge part in this for VENGEUR.
Well, we're going from small map to small map, as it is going to be Awoken. And as we get into it again, no visor, no clutch, so it's going to be Ranger, Galena. I mean, it could be Ranger, Galena, Eisen for both of them. Let's see if there's any big differences here, or even any.
Random Athena.
Yeah, we saw it once. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. I dig it.
Pretty stock.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah. I mean, just the corner plays and the teleporter exit plays, just so flexible with both of them. Like, I want to see a GIF now of like. Galena and Eisen going, you know, turret season, totem season, turret season, totem season, because that's really what it feels like on maps like Awoken and Veil of Nath between these two champs.
Have we? Important questions here. Have we seen any?
It's a Looney Tunes reference too. That's.
I don't think so, actually.
You know,
nobody's in the festive season apparently. Just us.
We don't have any. I'll be with you on this soon as well, 40. Don't you worry.
I'm wearing my Christmas shader right now.
Round one.
Let's start with VENGEUR, as he's certainly the man to watch on Awoken. He has Ranger to start with. He has heavy armor to start with, and rockets. What is going to be the formula he will use to potential success? You know what? It's just be rockets up the bounce pad. He's even going to orb in, and there's an mid-air to close it out. That's what I'm talking about.
That was just brilliant rockets from VENGEUR. Uses the orb to get up and up close and personal, and still picks him out of the sky with that rocket. And then another one to start off this battle over heavy too. RAISY can't drop for the. Oh my god. He went for it. I mean, he didn't have a choice, but VENGEUR looking so strong. He might close us out sub-minute.
He is looking for the spawn. He's looking for the opportunity to make just that happen. He's gonna be a little bit low on rockets. Misses his first rail right between the legs, but. I mean, RAISY's still definitely in a bad spot. He was able to pick up rocket launcher and a railgun, but moving down here, he's going to be a little bit like shooting fat kids in a barrel, as RAISY's going to be stuck on the jump pad. A lot of LG, and there's the rail right through the totem to get the job done.
I loved that orb as well. That orb, it was the fake flank orb. It was just wonderful. Yeah. And then just finding him up the bounce pad. I mean, yeah, VENGEUR is just a master of this map. Thing is, can he continue without his momentum getting stopped, just like RAISY managed to do over on Corrupted Keep? Another rail could take him down, but RAISY misses the crucial shot. That's going to allow VENGEUR to keep the wind in his sails and even get another major item that hasn't been taken off the spawns. He's looking amazing.
Oh, VENGEUR with a tactical rocket jump to fake out his opponent here, as he's going to get hit with a little bit of machine gun, and it looks like he's going to take his time and grab this 50 and concede the heavy, because who wants that anyway?
It's the master plan.
I mean, right now, VENGEUR hasn't really been playing all the items. He's just been staying on top of RAISY. Things are slowing down here for the first time in a long time, just because RAISY's stopped walking into rockets. It's, you know, good pro tip, but he's getting an expected play here through the teleporter. Looking for the rail, getting that shot, eating a little bit of tri-bolt for his troubles. But he's still looking for a play right back on through. But up here at top T, it might be, yeah, not the most ideal place to be right now.
Oh, no.
Tried to get out of it with the dire orb, but that tracking from RAISY absolutely snapped right onto him.
Decently done. Well closed out from RAISY. I like the effort, but you know what? The amount of tri-bolt damage VENGEUR was taking, it's pretty bad for the cholesterol. So he needs to reduce that somehow. Now RAISY's control looks unbelievable. He needs to now net some more benefits from this. You'd expect a conversion normally with that level of control into a frag.
RAISY making his way over to the heavy here. You're absolutely right. He could have turned that into something more. That rail is going to start something, though. Follow-up rocket will miss. Is he going to chase the TP? Does he want to show him his aggression as he eats a lot of Tribal, but the Mega's right next to him? He's going to be able to take this shaft battle versus VENGEUR, and he's actually going to rocket jump up and try and finish it, but it's going to cost him his life as the 19-year-old says, stay out of my room, I don't want you here.
Is there something you want to talk about, 40? That's something you're working through?
Not now, probably not now, but all of this Tribal again, VENGEUR on the back foot, 38 HP, and RAISY will take that frag, almost strictly Tribal. What?
And no armor for you.
On.
No armor, no soup, no Christmas dinner, as it's going to be 2 rounds up now. As VENGEUR is going to be taking this one right back in, and it's just so sad. He just, yeah. I'm about to get it. I got it. I don't got it. VENGEUR getting the spawn, heavy armor. I was wondering if he was even going to dire orb through the teleporter, but there he is, just taking away rocket launcher very quickly, expecting RAISY to make his own play for it. But RAISY went for rail instead. That first rocket, I think if it didn't hit that pillar, it would have been absolutely fantastic. But Sinclair, he loves putting in small pillars and maps that just block all of your best shots.
I like the pillars, okay. How is it going to keep up the rest of the map otherwise?
Structural integrity, that's what Zoom cares about.
Exactly. I like the realism.
The first thing I would add are some, safety rails to this map, honestly. What were they thinking?
Safety.
Shame on them.
It's true, it's definitely violating some health and safety standards.
It's going to be VENGEUR. Actually, it's slowing things down here for a little bit, for maybe the first time in this entire matchup on Awoken, but he didn't check his corners, didn't look twice. Oh, but these rails, there's nothing safe about those. What was that snap as RAISY's Ranger goes down?
Look at these rails. He's crazy.
Whoa, what?
This man is crazy.
No, he's VENGEUR. RAISY's the other guy.
Hey, my bad. I didn't check my notes.
My God.
And he switches to rail from like 2 feet away.
What?
I like this.
Disgusting.
This is why Awoken is so fantastic to watch when VENGEUR's involved. You see Christmas magic. Even when it's not anywhere near Christmas, you see it. We're like 10 days out or something, okay? We're still there.
We're getting there. We're halfway there. Something like that. I don't know. Living on a prayer? I don't know. It seems like RAISY is in this round as he's down to his last champ on the map, and he needs to try and mount this comeback somehow. But VENGEUR, with a little bit of rocket damage here, trying to follow up with that rail preemptively. He's feeling himself with these rails. You can't even blame him.
I mean, these are just nasty fights at top seed. Like, they don't need to be happening. It's just, I've got the better rail. No, I've got the better rail. But we go from a clean sweep to a clean sweep on Awoken, tying up the maps. But honestly, like, these guys, they should talk before their next matchup. Like, get on a couch with Carmack, hash something out, because that was just absolutely nasty. Look at this, 66 and 61% rails, respectively. But that's going to push us into a third map.
I mean,
and I'm sorry, Rafa, by the way. I did get up at 5 in the morning, so I'm not on all cylinders yet. So give me a break, all right?
It's no shame. It's fine.
How rude. Good. How rude from the Sausage King of Chicago. Unbelievable.
Are you okay with your, like, is your...
I'm falling apart.
Okay?
I'm falling apart over here. I'm literally eating the tinsel. I'm so hungry. And I still have this donut here. It's too festive. I can't eat the donut.
He's been sitting there for
I'm saving
like
it
4
for
hours
a victory snack after
donut.
something happens later, all right?
Eat the donut.
Just give me time. Give me time.
The donut.
Compensating for your sadness after it. That's what I'll tell you.
Either way, it works both ways. I'm into it.
This is true. To put things back on the game for a second, I was not expecting either of those maps to be as convincing as they were. That was ludicrous. I feel like we're just getting frag movies from the players now. We got
Oops.
on which
that was the
this year, the Sorry, I'm just like interrupting you excessively. These players have both stated at one point or another that they don't feel that this map is that strong for them. But now they both end up banning everything else out and leaving it down to it. So my prediction is that they're both going to get at least one round in this map. What
is that even a prediction? What does that do for us?
That's a nasty prediction you're making. I mean, it is Ruins. It should be a little bit slower than the other two maps. But as we get into it, we're looking at similar setups, but more Anarchy coming out of RAISY.
I like it. Anarchy's great on this map. Super fast. Lots of very, very clean routes that you can have. If you do start getting picked off with rail, you might find it quite scary to go to one end of the map or the other to get your light armors, as there's only 2 here on Ruins. But you can certainly pick up that injection very quickly on some hourglass routes in the upper areas. It's going to be down to VENGEUR to put a stop to Anarchy. I'm just curious to see if we'll see Anarchy as a first pick.
Well, I'm saying VENGEUR wins and he hits 66% rail at least.
3, 2.
Now that's a prediction.
That is a proper prediction. So you just want him to fire like 3 and hit 2, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That'll do.
Yeah, just play it low and slow.
We do have the Anarchy pick by RAISY. I just wanted to point that out, as he's already getting railed.
VENGEUR is just immediately just nailing him down with these rails and just taking a lot of that stack off, expecting a fight through here. I'm not sure if he meant to drop down at this point, but he's still looking for a rail, and in fact, getting in front of RAISY, anticipating his movement, and shoving him right back down into heavy. But look at him, here comes another cutoff. The rail was anticipated this time because, yeah, of course, but it still nets him the heavy armor. Unfortunately, though, this is now the new ability timing. VENGEUR was going F. Oh, yeah, right. I don't have my Dire Orb up yet, so no Mega for me just yet, as that will reset the stacks.
No, that's fine. No Anarchy for you. You will have to wait for the damage, but heavy. Rockets have been heard. He's even going to use the orb just to scare his opponent away from the heavy armor. Rocket jump up, maybe? He'll go for it, but he won't be there in time for Mega Health.
Yeah, I don't think he got the timing last time, so no go.
Oh, just barely missing out on that opportunity. But the LG, why does RAISY go back up? Oh, VENGEUR sent him to the heavens with that LG. That was well done. I don't know. A bit of a misplay there from RAISY?
Anarchy's going to be you later.
Oh, how dare you. Stop it, dude. Stop lying to the people. Rocket jump up. Very ballsy from VENGEUR here. Hits a little bit of rocket damage. Tries to go for the flick of the wrist. But he's going to get back in with the Dire Orb and the rockets. The shotgun isn't going to be enough. He's going to actually back away, not today, onto that 50 shard. And he's going to play with this food and let RAISY live for a little bit longer here.
Yeah, with VENGEUR taking away some of these 25s, playing a little bit more slow this time. I'm really surprised that we've only had just the 1 frag so far, but he's going to be a little bit low on rockets. In fact, he's going to be out. This could be the shotgun doing a lot of work for RAISY. VENGEUR looking for a way back out. Barely going to get it, but it's going to leave Mega open for him. He's going to have to do things the lame way. He's going to have to take the stairs. No, don't want the big health, just want the little health, and I want to stay alive, most importantly. But he's only got 1 cell to his name, none rockets, so ammo's got to be the name of the game for him.
He's going to be hiding right now. He might choose far more defensive style for a while. So I think, okay, there's some information. He's coming in for the heavy armor. Let's back the hell out. Maybe a light in the meantime. Oh no, he's just dropped right into him. I don't know if that was deliberate at all, but he gets himself some free damage whilst RAISY makes his long way over to that Mega.
That was absolutely planned, you could tell. He just knew. He just had the feeling, you know?
Sometimes you just know.
VENGEUR's still playing the waiting game here. But now he's got some more ammo, but he's going to be eating a rail between his eyes for his troubles.
Oh, no.
Back up. Make that 2 of them. A quick little loop around there by RAISY, who's looking to make that frag right back up here. At this point, VENGEUR's got to be thinking, 2 minutes, is that enough time? Or rather, too much time for me to stay alive. Mega's going to be coming back up. Oh, I think he wanted to get the grab and then commit to the Dire Orb, but he's, you know, most importantly, still alive. But getting chased down by RAISY. Can't even defend here. This is not the place to be. But 100 damage rocket. What? He's still alive, but for how long? He's looking for a way back out.
Oh.
Just trying to do some damage before he inevitably goes down.
That was a good effort. He's kind of pushed RAISY out of super strong control. He hits a rail, and there is a terrifying turret. Terrifying. He just walks away from it. Turret has no legs. At least no legs that can move. Ouch, that rail. It ties up the fight.
Wow.
And VENGEUR finds another angle somehow. That was unexpected. This leads us into the last minute of the round. Certainly a close one. I feel like we had so many one-sided rounds. But VENGEUR, he gets closed off on the way to the heavy.
Wow.
RAISY with a super aggressive push. That's going to put us to 1 champion each. And unexpected aggression from RAISY, but really, really valuable.
Does grab the Mega, but he ate a lot of Tri-Bolt. Needs to be careful here, trying to land some of these rockets as the jump over into rail will convert, but VENGEUR's still alive. RAISY trying to make sure that he doesn't get out, though. Preemptive rocket jump to try and cut him off. He doubles back into the T-Con, eats a rocket, and misses his rail, unfortunately, but he will drop down for the heavy. Still very much in control as we're 15 seconds away from sudden death.
Yeah, I like this control from RAISY. He's still having to scrounge for a lot of ammo here. But he's looking for the drop down. He's a little bit late on these shots. He can't really commit here. He hears the rocket jump. That orb, do you think it could have actually gone through the grate, Zoot?
No, it wouldn't have gone through the grate.
Yeah.
I think he was looking for some splash if VENGEUR was keeping himself close to the platform when rocket jumping up. It would have actually been super sick if he hit any damage.
A little bit of a sack tap if he got a little bit of that. Yeah, just a little peekaboo. But RAISY's still holding on to the heavy here. Oof. Traded whiffs. RAISY's expecting more, but VENGEUR's on his way back out. I mean, when you're Galena, yeah, play the long game. Get your totems up, but there's one down at the hands of RAISY. Megas will be back up as they're both staring at it, but VENGEUR's committing. And no real bloodshed just yet.
Yeah, RAISY possibly feels as if he's missed the biggest opportunity to get the kill. Because he knows VENGEUR is so low on control, but he does orb in the end. He's eating rockets. VENGEUR, he finally hits a more clunky one. However, RAISY might feel a little robbed through all of that because he had great control. He had VENGEUR down so low, but he managed to kind of rocket jump and evade RAISY on those previous chases. Seriously close round though.
Round 2. Fight.
Unfortunate there, but VENGEUR capitalizes and he takes the first round, looking to make it 2 as a little bit of a tickle from behind. From that skater boy, they will trade the items, but VENGEUR has the rockets. RAISY actually avoiding a little bit of rocket splash there, just too fast.
Too furious?
Maybe he might be furious, actually. I don't know after that first round, but here comes the Dire Orb, a little bit of a fight over the nail gun. Good rockets from RAISY, and the follow-up rail is absolutely fantastic.
That's going to be a tough one to recover from, though. I mean, we've got both items coming up in just a moment, but depending on the spawn, it might not be a good idea for RAISY to immediately collapse onto heavy. Yep, there's the rail he's going to be eating, risking a little bit more damage as he's trying to do some harm against the totem, or the turret rather. But that cost him some time. A great rail on his own exit, but that is going to leave the Mega up. Fortunately, he's got the speed. He's got everything he needs to get back in on that Mega, but still, that only barely evens up the stack.
Close rail once again. He can strafe closer. Good movement from him. Oh, the wall doesn't connect off it, but it doesn't matter. VENGEUR has too little health and armor. He will fall. We've got the heavy. He can really get a huge amount of momentum. Unfortunately, his rocket jump doesn't keep his speed up too high. But I think he's going to want to close the gap around the Mega health. So if VENGEUR's around here, he is in a lot of trouble.
He's just dodging rockets like a madman. Unfortunately, that pillar will block that 100 damage rocket, but RAISY's still looking really strong. Catches him out over in the courtyard. The switch to LG will absolutely melt him by that 50 shard, and that'll tie us at 1.
My predictions, guys. Just want to say my predictions come true. They both got at least a round.
Yeah, one of the toughest predictions in the game, dude. Well done.
They
all
that didn't
They'll
happen
probably do at
previously.
least 100 damage to each other. Yeah. All right.
Somebody
Well,
will
no,
eventually
come on.
shoot a rocket in this game, is my prediction.
If someone predicted that they would both get around in the first 2 rounds, they would have been wrong, you see? I set my sights realistically.
But nobody did.
With my predictions.
Nobody makes that kind of prediction because it doesn't matter, Zoot.
Shut up.
Your ability to predict
I'm gonna
who's going to
cry.
predict what is not all that fantastic, I gotta say. But here, RAISY, I mean, we do see a slower startup in round 3. RAISY just holding the top T, as Heavy's going to be up. Mega's up in a moment. It's going to be just an even...
Ooh. Just spicy little rail. RAISY trying to watch out for another because that could be pretty deathly for him. I think that was the turret, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that was chunky like Campbell's soup. That one had to be surely the champion, not the turret.
That was real. That was
real.
full
No
on.
bamboozle on that rocket.
Yeah, exactly. No robots were hit during that one.
Players will trade out items again. RAISY like a crazy person spamming all his rockets. He's gonna grab this 50 shard. VENGEUR missing with the rail. And again, RAISY needs to be careful with this rocket management here. He's only got 4 to work with, and he's also got terrible positioning here as the rail will miss from VENGEUR. He's trying to make it rain. Just edging closer and closer. Throws down the turret for a little bit of insurance. And the turret's like, what do I do? What is my purpose? And gets annihilated immediately. And so does RAISY going through the telly. Wow. Shotgun.
This is a pretty brutal spawn as well. VENGEUR, he's got no rocket, so he can't jump up. So he's going to look to punish, but he's too late. RAISY taking the long route up. Does make quick work of it, though, going over the eyeball.
Yeah, just his pure movement over the stairs was really clean, but he's still going to be eating a rail for his trouble as VENGEUR's looking to tighten the net and find him down here at the heavy. But neither of them really were aware of each other up until the sound of that jump pad, and so VENGEUR's actually waiting here a little bit early for this heavy. This is going to allow RAISY to get back out on the rest of the map, possibly get in a position for the Mega, as VENGEUR's going to be on the chase. But if he doesn't come right through nail gun, it's actually a cutoff at the nail gun, as RAISY's going to be running out in front of him, and no rail coming out of VENGEUR.
I'd kind of like to see him pick up the rockets at some point. He's been missing that.
Yeah, it would be nice.
The whole game. It's been 2.5 minutes without it. That's what it's like to play versus the rockets. But the vertical rail does hit for him. Maybe, just maybe, he'll be inspired to get the rockets soon. Maybe.
Yeah, VENGEUR reaching such great heights now with that rail, and he also gets the heavy. Looking real strong here. RAISY down to the Ranger. He will grab the Mega. A little bit of rocket damage for information. Also has the height advantage. There comes the turret again. Drive-by rail will miss, unfortunately, for VENGEUR. RAISY chasing aggressively, saying, "Get off my lawn!"
Rockets?
It's going to be... Yeah, I know you want it. But VENGEUR's been making just good work out of his rails and LG so far, but at this range, rockets would be ideal. And even then, he doesn't quite get pinned up to the wall. That is going to be 2-on-1. We could see this thing end up here pretty soon.
Don't go for rockets, VENGEUR, actually. You're pretty good without the rockets. The funny thing, his rockets are probably his best weapon. He's obviously not bad at all with LG and rail. He's fantastic with those weapons, but it does feel strange seeing him not go for it when he usually gets so much impact from it. So if he's winning rounds without it, oh god, he's got it now. It's beginning.
It's time to get scared.
He's got everything now, but he will eat a rail as well. 2 rails from RAISY with the jump over as he nollie kickflips his way into everyone's hearts with dual rails there. VENGEUR now has to play super passive. There's another one. The LG comes out. The rocket is decent. Oh no, RAISY will get him down over in that T-con area.
Sometimes the drugs are exactly what you need, but as a rough spawn, even with the eyes and totem play, really good rocket work out of RAISY. And, you know, I might be mistaken there. We could see this go into a 5th round as RAISY's going to be able to take away the Mega a few more seconds before the heavy comes back up, but he's going to be taking just about everything here. He's out of LG just about. Looking for the chase, just denying a little bit more armor from VENGEUR, and I dig it. I mean, he's just looking for the fight here, but at top T is where it's going to be. RAISY doesn't really have a good way up, but VENGEUR has a great rail down, able to take that frag right on back.
That was I saw that from RAISY's point of view, but it just didn't seem to make sense. He just flicked over to him. He's going to find the LG over at the Mega Health, already punishing RAISY a lot despite missing that rail. He can look to catch up with him again. He could be about to tie up the champion score and deny us even more potentially from getting that tie-breaking round. I think we've earned collectively, you know, as a threesome and a Twitch audience. I feel like we're owed a tie-breaking round.
Oh, wow.
We might not get it, though.
The threesome wasn't good enough for you, huh?
Sorry.
I thought that would be it for you. I thought that would be enough. But nope. Zoo is never satisfied, but VENGEUR is never quite stacked up the way he should be here. I mean, RAISY, look at him. He is just walking around like a living, breathing tank. VENGEUR looking to make him breathe a little bit less, but it's not going to be easy for him.
VENGEUR does have that rail out, just looking for some pot shots here. Rockets exchange over the T-con. There's one, but RAISY will fall right back onto the heavy. And he's okay with that. VENGEUR tries to make his way onto the Mega, but proving to be a bit hoobastank as he's absolutely out of control. RAISY looking to dominate here and close out this second round for himself. VENGEUR staying alive using these totems. He almost has 3 up for the overstack, which is great. Needs to be careful of the wall jump. There's a little bit of a return rocket in the orb, and the rocket from VENGEUR keep out RAISY, and he will take the map. Wow.
That was